So, MOP launched, everyone grinded their asses to 90, ran a shit ton of dungeons, got most of the gear they needed from them, and now, this week, we started raiding.
There's one raid open. It is Mogu'shan Vaults.
I am a little disappointed in the raid's performance. We weren't able to kill the last boss on 25-man. We ended up having to break up into two 10-man groups to do it.
Killed 5 of them in the 25-man this week, and we killed one of them on 10-man because we ran out of time at the end of the week, so we just cleaned it up. We're going to start heroics next week.
We could have fielded a full 25-man, but they didn't want to require raiders to raid on a non-raid night. We've had problems with that before. We didn't think we'd be able to field a full group. It wouldn't really have been all the raiders, and it was pretty easy on 10-man, so we did a good job just knocking it out.
First week of raiding went wonderful for Big Fritz. We got 6 of 6. I can't ask for much better than that.
We win as a team, we lose as a team. And it showed that we can win as a team this week. We got some very difficult bosses down. We pulled, we saw where we were weak, we came back, and we killed the bosses and just our strategy. Like, it's not fucking rocket science, it's raiding.
Jared, pull him a little bit more towards the corner. There's a lot of shit on the ground.
Nope, just kill him.
Forget it.
Yeah.
Good job, guys.
Yeah.
Welcome to Mogu'shan.
The raid as a whole was generally prepared. There were some instances where it was like, where preparation would have been a lot more useful.
First week, I think I was putting in about 6 hours a day into the game, and that's a lot of time in a chair.
I didn't even know where the instance was, so I mean that's my fault, I guess, but
Always rang true in my mind is an ounce of preparation is worth like a pound of epics.
I was pretty good on the boss mechanics, and I think I performed fine.
I'm really not happy with my performance right now. I'm undergeared, and I just have not had much time lately to get to the level that some of the other raiders are. Doing my dailies, I'm doing dungeons every single day, but I still don't feel like I'm at that level that they need me to be.
Yeah, it's just a lot of getting gear and getting ready for that first raid, and you gotta be prepared. You gotta have your add-ons good, you gotta have everything to set yourself up for success. It was spotty this week, and you could really tell who did these things and who did not do these things.
Now, the thing is, normally when a heroic raiding guild walks into a tier for the first time, the first week they have to clear it on normal, and normal is usually like 6 or 7 item levels above the heroic gear they have from the previous tier. And then the next week they hop into heroics, which drop gear that's roughly 20 eye levels above what they have for the most part. However, because this is the first tier in the expansion, and because LFR was added, which essentially adds another tier between dungeon gear and normal modes, essentially we walked in with an average eye level of, at best, the high 450s, while the raid itself drops loot that is eye level 489. So, essentially, we were dealing with normal mechanics, but relatively speaking, we were dealing with heroic numbers.
You can say what you want about my DPS, at least I know when a mechanic has a cast time or not.
Back up.
It's down. I channeled it? That's why.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. That's my bad. Yeah, I moved. I didn't know it was a channel. I'm sorry.
Okay, we're gonna open recruitment for Tally Point.
Shut up!
You could really tell who was getting it done and who was not.
I think everybody's been pulling their weight besides me, but hopefully this week I can bring my best and be up at the top of the meters rather than close to the bottom.
And, well, you know, I mean, I don't really need to play an overpowered class to be better than the other healers. I'm just already awesome, but combining my awesomeness with a class that's really, really powerful right now, I feel a little guilty, but mostly it just feels really nice to be at the top of the meters. Yeah! Hello, number 1 spot. I missed you.
I don't want to hold the raid team back just because real life is coming coming at me. They don't deserve that. They don't deserve to not hit enrage timers or not be able to get certain mechanics down just because I can't do enough DPS. I'm going to give my best, though. I'm going to give my best this week, and hopefully the numbers reflect that, and hopefully there won't be nearly as much of a problem as there was last week.
Personally, I did a lot of dumb stuff this week. I was playing around with my new toy as a monk, Touch of Karma, more than I should have this week in raids. I was getting myself killed doing it. I was doing dumb stuff. I embarrassed the shit out of myself this week because I wouldn't bring me back to a raid if I was a raid leader.
Are you serious right now? Who said what? Who said this shit was overtuned? Did they nerf this shit overnight?
No, this one isn't overtuned.
Wow.
No, everybody was having the same thing happen. Like they would struggle on Thing and then 1 or 2 shot this.
I think that Vaults is a fun instance, and I think that the fights that we did on normal are going to be very hard on heroic.
We wiped for a night on Fang because of just kind of figuring out the right way to deal with some of his crazier mechanics. Stone Guard was pretty easy. Guardsall was a fucking joke. Spirit Kings was easy enough. Then we hit Elegon.
Elegon is a pain in my butt because spread out AoE healing is not what I'm good at.
When we killed Elgalon this week, I had to respec, and I had to heal that fight. I toot my own horn on that fucking front.
Now, to a lot of guilds, including ours, Elegon at first looked like Blizzard had fucked up and accidentally given him his heroic health number on normal mode. It looked fucking impossible. It's like if you managed to survive all the other shit going on in that fight, you enraged at like not even 50%.
Some people would argue that Elegon was overtuned or that the DPS requirement was too high, but it's really not true. I mean, we had a person dead several attempts and we could have killed him.
After getting everything else kind of figured out, you eventually realize that Elegon is a fight that's all about balls. Now, normally, what I like to do with balls is put them in Stoney's face. But in this case, the important part of Elegon's balls is killing as many sets of them as humanly fucking possible.
And that's what I loved about all these fights in Mogu'shan Vaults. All these fights were simple execution. You learn the mechanics, you do the mechanics perfectly, and it's an easy kill each time.
Yeah, guys, fucking stop it now. Fucking done. Not your fucking place if you're not an officer to call people out.
All
Yeah,
bitch at people if
seriously.
their damage is low.
We've got a lot of people getting at fucking big heads and attitudes. Like Loken, he is our best. In my opinion, he is our best healer, but he's also got the biggest fucking mouth. He had to respect Bear for Elgalon, and I had to take his place as healing. And without doing that, we wouldn't have got it done. But he just runs his goddamn mouth about how good he is at this game. When he's good, but it doesn't matter how good you are. It matters how good 25 people are. And if you're going to be a dick to those other 25 people, they're not going to like you very much. They're not going to want to stay and play with you. Just keep that in mind while we're doing this fucking tier. No one knows the whole game. Dragon and I, we exchange tips on how to monk. And we both learn things from each other. And so do the warlocks. And so everyone needs to just fucking get together and not piss each other off. And we'll get through this tier. That is the key to success.
I really look forward to pushing for heroics with this guild, and hopefully I can provide them with a good raider. But right now, it's just real life has suddenly hit me full force, and I'm struggling to find time to do everything. And when that happens, WoW is the first thing I put on the back burner.
The first week is just rough, and I think we got through it okay. But people got their toes stepped on. People got butthurt. I think we're still in a good place.
I hope that week 2 goes a little bit more smoothly, and I hope we can knock out some heroic modes early.
We'll see what happens week 2. Hopefully, Big Crits will get a few heroic bosses down this week, and hopefully I'll be able to be a part of it. Look forward to it.
I mean, the first week has been great, and we're gonna have a great second week. Knock on wood, but.